Good morning, Spiritual Life Center. So good to see you this morning. How are you doing? That's good. We have a special guest today, William Menenfield. He will be our soloist for today. We also have Carrie McCoy back on keys, and we have Paula in the room too. She's still recovering, so it's good. So let's all sing together. Here we go. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. In the right place, I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. In my soul, oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. And I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, yeah, my soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time, right time. I am just where I am meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, right time. I am just where I'm meant to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. And I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul
All right, no question about it. It's loud and clear. Souls are welcome here. We'll bless you and bless you, Reverend Deborah, for being here today, as well as everyone here today that's come out on this wonderful morning.
And I welcome you, Reverend James. It's a wonderful, wonderful day, and we greet you in the name of all that is good, all that is holy, and all that is sacred, and in the warm and loving energy of this community, Spiritual Life Center. Spiritual Life Center honors all people who worship in temples, mosques, churches, stone circles, and the beautiful temples of nature, because we know there is no space that God does not grace. And if you're with us for the very first time today, whether you're watching us online or with us in person, we especially want to welcome you, because we know you are not here by accident. Every one of us is here by divine appointment. And we're always so excited and grateful to get together. And that excitement and gratitude extends to silencing your electronic devices. And please refrain from flash photography during the service.
Well, now that we created that clearing to connect with this presence, let's take a moment to commune with this, something that is always there for us, that is beyond words, but is so very real. More real than the chairs that we're sitting on or the platform we're standing on. It is an essence that is the foundation of everything that we see. It contains all the qualities that we could ever hope or desire to have in our life that uplift us, transform us, heal us. We come under His government and its guidance. And no matter what we may be going through or growing through, whether it's our individual lives or collectively on the planet, we are reminded that this presence has a divine and perfect spiritual solution that is awaiting us whenever we lift up our awareness to be one with the one. So we tap into that energy field today. We tap into that energy field each and every moment of our day. First of all, making it part of our lives, and then radiating it out from the depths of our being. And because we are all one in the spirit, we're all interconnected on that soul level, that spiritual level, that whatever we do to ourselves, we're actually doing to another, and vice versa. So today is a good day because we let this presence have its way with us as we go forth, multiplying the all good, recognizing that behind the pictures that we see, the material world, there's an unfolding spiritual energy that rises above all that we can see, and it's the truth of who we are. It is done, and we are grateful. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen. Well, we have a very important purpose here at Spiritual Life Center that's reflected in our mission statement. And I invite you to join in as we affirm it together. To transform lives, to make a positive difference in the world as we love, serve, and remember. And we carry out that mission and that purpose by embodying to the best of our ability these 5 universal principles and making them the activity of our awareness as much as we can. Again, let's affirm them together. God is absolute good and everywhere present. People are inherently good. Thoughts create our experiences. Prayer and meditation are how we connect with God and, of course, take action.
Well, I have to tell you that the Wow Wednesday class that Reverend James is giving on sacred symbolism, unveiling the metaphysical and mystical layers of the Bible, is absolutely fantastic. And it's not us coming in there and listening to him say, now, this is what this means. He's actually teaching us how to read it for ourselves and come up with our own interpretation. It's absolutely brilliant. And if you haven't been yet, you're still allowed to come in. There's 2 more weeks. Do you have anything else you want to add to that?
No, we're going to take some stories, see how we can apply it, and then be able to take that to yourself to anytime you kind of involve yourself in reading some of it. And you'll be, how should I say, spiritually armed when someone tells you this is what it really means. You'll say, well, there might be another way to look at it.
All right, then. Okay, it's an amazing class. The community meal is at 6, and the program starts at 7, and it's supposed to go to 8:30, and he says it won't, but it will.
Well, if you're new at Spiritual Life Center, or interested in becoming part of a community member at Spiritual Life Center, and just want some more information about our community, we'll have a new member information session that's going to take place today at 1 o'clock. And if you're not here able to be in person, you can also connect with us on Zoom, and you just go to our website. It'll have the link for us to have you Zoom in with us, and we just answer questions and share a little bit about what it means to be part of Spiritual Life Center community. So myself and Sally Sion will be part of that experience.
And it's on Zoom as well.
Zoom as well, yes.
Yep. And you can go to the website, I think, and the link is there. So next week, the Laurel and Hardy Film Society, that calls themselves Another Fine Mess, they show films every other month on the fourth Sunday of the month. And so next week they will be showing The Ghost and The Devil's Brother, and they say, wear a mask or a costume because it's really close to Halloween. So you don't have to sign up for it. It starts at 1, and just come and enjoy the movie.
All righty. And of course, we have a number of our members at Spiritual Life Center that are doing a great work outside of the walls of our community, including book authors. I went to Bob Cochran for his book signing yesterday. That was awesome. So make sure you get his book. But next week, we have Jan Adrian, who's going to do a book signing, and her book is titled Coloring Outside the Lines, Surviving and Thriving with Cancer for 30-plus Years. So she'll be here to share her book with our community as well next week. So we look forward to her being here to sign your book. So make sure you get yours today or when you come here next week.
And we are calling all tinkers, tailors, candlestick makers, and other craft and gift makers for the Thrive Treasures Marketplace Boutique that will be taking place on October 28th. You can still sign up to be a vendor if you want to bring your treasures to sell. I think Sally said that it's open until October 25th. But, give her a call or go on our website and you can sign up right there to be a vendor for this event. And then on Saturday, October 28th from 10 to 3, come do all of your Christmas shopping at SLC.
All righty. We got other stuff going on at the Spiritual Life Center.
And so we remind you that there are many activities at the Spiritual Life Center that foster transformation in our lives. So be sure to check out our small groups and other offerings. The happenings are posted on the bulletin board in the courtyard. You can chat with the lovely ladies at the hub. And, of course, everything is on the website.
And one of the reasons folks come to a community such as Spiritual Life Center is make connections with someone. And that's why we have events and galas and classes and workshops or just gatherings together. But you don't have to wait for something special to happen. You can connect with someone right here, right now. So in a manner that feels comfortable for you, just turn to a friend or a future friend. And in a manner that feels comfortable for you, just say, you are marvelous and glad you are here.
All right, please stay standing for our FIA song, Faith is the Key by Miss Paula Mandela. Woo! Here we go, let's all sing together.
Living my life from the inside out, moving toward my dreams, turning away all my fears and doubts. A world of lack is not what
Indeed, faith is the key. It moves and moves through each and every one of us. And as you know, as we do our Faith in Action series every year, we have a topic each week based upon a book. And this week we're reading In the Flow of Life by Eric Butterworth. And we also have each week one of our resident artists who gives a pictorial representation of the theme of the week. And this week's artist is Daniel Thomas. And here's what he, yes. And here's what he writes. He says, I chose this photograph to reflect the reality of affluence on our planet and in our lives. The word affluence is defined as a state of having a great deal of money or wealth. When I am in the flow of the universe, present to the abundance of nature and connected to God, I am in a state of wealth. Money is nice too. But don't get me wrong. But when I am connected to the reality of this very moment, I am in the flow of the divine flow of God or universal substance. Just like the river in my photo is flowing abundantly nonstop, the sun is shining its warmth, the clouds floating in the sky, carrying moisture to nourish the land and feed the river and plants. All is in harmony and in the flow. This harmony has been taking place for thousands of years. The flow is endless and never ceasing. This is true for us too. Eric Butterworth says, knowing that you are in the flow of the stream is the basis for faith and the key to the only kind of security you can ever know. And this stream that flows within you has no other intent except to flow through you and as you. The flow of water is always following the path of least resistance. And if you can be like the river, I am wealthy and blessed beyond measure. Daniel Thomas.
And now, as we move into the contemplative portion of our service, let's embody the words of our vision statement together. Spiritual Life Center is a loving, vibrant family that welcomes home all people and accepts everyone, no exceptions. Weaving ancient spiritual traditions with emerging wisdom, we cultivate a spiritual deepening with the divine, each other, and our planet.
is why I'm here. Let me be an open channel. If love is why I'm here, let me give and then receive. Oh, if love is why I'm here, let me be an open channel. Oh, if love is why I'm here, let me give and then receive. If love is why I'm here, let me give and then receive. If love is why we're here, let me give and then receive. Let me give and then receive. Let me give and then receive.
Let us rest in that open channel now. We open up that channel as we go to that peaceful place that allows us to bask in the flow of unlimited good, unlimited substance and light. Let us begin by relaxing the body temple, releasing any unnecessary tension in our abdomen or our shoulders or anywhere on our bodies. And having a position or being in position in which we're both relaxed and alert. Should you close your eyes or look downwards, simply rest your hands in an easy and effortless way. Scan your awareness. Scan the sensations of your body. And whenever possible or wherever possible, simply soften and release any obvious areas of physical tension. Pay attention to your breath, and as you breathe in and as you breathe out, allow your body to completely and fully relax. Knowing that with each relaxing moment you let go of any stress and your body's becoming calm, becoming comfortable. And all tension begins to dissolve. Just rest and relax in the comfortable space that surrounds you. And then to bring yourself to what may be your favorite, peaceful, beautiful place, whatever that may be for you. It could be a place you've been before. Perhaps it's a silent woods with cool shade, with towering trees, or a white sand beach where the ocean waves gently lap the shore and the smell of the sea makes you feel at home. It could be a place in which you create strictly out of your own imagination. Maybe a lovely, slowly swaying bridge that you stand on as you watch a babbling brook flow beneath it. Or an ancient tall tree in the autumn where the golden leaves fall around you. And you sit under the shade and watch those golden leaves and watch the golden sun pass over the horizon into the twilight. Whatever that place is for you, just imagine it. Imagine it as completely as you can all around you. Bring yourself into the picture of this place. Know that you are now in this beautiful place. Put yourself there. Take a walk and look at the lovely, beautiful, relaxing surroundings. You are in the scene. You are living it. Be there right now. Take in the feeling, the sensation, the smells, the trees, the soil, whatever is beneath your feet. Take in the salty air of the ocean side if that's where you are. Fully experience all the senses. Imagine yourself reaching out and touching something that's attractive to you. How does it feel? And you can stay in this scene as long as you want to. Enjoying the moment. Enjoying this moment of relaxation that you've taken yourself to. And in the silence for just a short time, fully immerse yourself in this experience. Allow yourself to slowly come back to the comfortable moment that was there before you imagined your special place. And if you desire, you can slowly open your eyes and come back to this moment, this time, this reality. And notice how relaxed you feel right now. And know that you can bring this feeling with you anywhere, at any place. For this we are grateful. For this we are thankful. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen.
God of creation, there at the start, before the beginning of time. With no point of reference, spoke to the dark and fleshed out the wonder of light. And as you speak, 100 billion galaxies are born, and the vapor of your breath the planets form. If the stars were made to worship, so will I. God of your promise, you don't speak of vain syllables, empty or void. Once you have spoken of nature and science, all of the sound of your voice. Oh,
And as
you speak, 100 billion creatures catch your breath, evolving in pursuit of what you said. If it all reveals your nature, so will I. If the stars were made to worship, so will I. If the mountains bow in reverence, so will I. If the ocean roars your greatness, so will I. For if everything exists and lift you high, so will I. If the wind goes where you send it, so will I. If the rocks cry out in silence, so will I. If the sum of all our praises still falls shy, then we'll sing again 100 billion times. God of salvation, you seek out my heart through all of my trials and pain. At once you created the light of the world that draws us from darkness and rain. And as you speak, I can feel your heart in everything you've done. Every part designed in a work of art called love. All creation sings your praises, so will I can see your heart in a billion different ways. Every precious one, a child of God and grace. As I give your life for love, then so will I. Like you would again 100 billion times. But what measure could amount to your desire? You're the one who never leaves the one behind.
Thank you.
Let there be light. So, that is how the Hebrew Bible says that all this started, by God turning on the lights. But obviously, it isn't only God who can do this. All I did was say, let there be light, and it came. Of course, for that to happen, I needed the right awareness, and I needed to engage the cooperation of Ira and Andrew in the booth. It's like turn down the lights, adjust the sound, and then on my cue, turn them back on again. And we all had to know that the light was available in the first place, and that if we turned it off, we had to be confident that it would come back on at our command. And finally, I needed to say the words. It was a co-creative process, and it only worked because the three of us had the same intention. What would have happened if I had come up here and forgotten to say those words? Well, our trusty AV team would have, Phil eventually brought the lights up, but the whole effect would have been gone. It wouldn't have been funny. There'd be awkwardness. And then someone might think that they messed up, and they would not have liked that. And with that, we move into week 3 of Faith in Action. And the music, thank you, Paula, that song, she was telling me it was an amazing song, and I just so much appreciate that. Because that music also brings in the light. So this week, we have 2 chapters. Now, and the chapters are the reality of affluence and the effusion of light. And Reverend James mentioned a couple of weeks ago that there's so much in these chapters that trying to whittle it down to one idea to talk for 20 minutes was a little bit of a challenge. And then I go, okay, there's 2 chapters. And it took a while. Like, what should I share with you today? I wanted to talk about love, life, light, but substance is important too. It's like, oh my, what am I going to do? And I kept going back to the book, looking for cues for that one quote to scream out to me. Alas, it just added more to my word salad. And then it dawned on me that I was looking outside myself for the answer. Talk about missing the point. I put everything down and I wandered around the house for a while, just letting everything go and trying to listen to the inner voice. And these things came up. First of all, I was discounting my own inclination. I was trying too hard. I know none of you have ever done that, but trust me. I was trying to be all things to all people. Now, the image came to me of standing in a river, and I didn't know that Daniel Thomas's picture was of a river. But water, and of course I know we're talking about flow, so I'm standing in this river and water is flowing all around me. But it's flowing out around me because I was walking upstream, pushing against the water. And that just pushed all the good ideas away. And so that was the disconnect. But when I turned and I moved in the direction of the stream and moved with it, I felt connected, and that resistance evaporated. Of course, the irony of this happening in the middle of a book that talks about being in the flow does not escape me. But how can I be looking right at it and still go into this tizzy land thing over it? And we all do this, and we do it because we feel responsible for making life happen. I must do this, I must get this, I must deliver this. I am responsible, I can't let people down. And when we put this pressure on ourselves, we get sidetracked and forget to look in the most obvious place, which is within ourselves. Now, one reason this happens is because all of this within stuff is invisible. We can't touch it. We can't feel it. We can't see the process working. And on top of that, we live in a world where we say, to heck with the process and just try to jump right to the result. We have doubt, we have fear, we are impatient. We try to change the outer world. We try too hard. We want results yesterday by noon. We want to have. We feel obligated to do. And we are easily run by the outer world because that is what we see, and that is what is the most real to us. Even when we have an amazing demonstration, one that clearly could only have come from our inner knowing connection, we still might wonder how it happened. We take credit for what doesn't work and very little credit or no credit for what does work. And again, this is because we spend so much time looking at results instead of immersing ourselves in process. In the chapter, The Reality of Affluence, Brother Worth says, practicing the presence means to practice thinking that we are surrounded by a divine presence that wishes you well because you are expressing it as life. Now, that's a great image to carry, but for me, it lacked a little bit because the way it's phrased, it sort of sounds like just imagine this presence outside ourselves, and it's wishing us well. And so that felt a little separate to me. But then as you move into the next chapter, the one called the affluence of light, he makes up for it by saying that we need all the light we can get. And of course, I had to argue with that too, because that's just how I am. Because I don't think we need to get any more light. We are light. We are made of light. We are complete as we are. Are we aware of our light? Are we aware of how powerful we are? Are we aware of our possibilities? Not so much, really. I mentioned how we get in our own way earlier, all that judgment and distrust that we carry. It really puts a damper on our inner light. It's like the clouds that move across the sky and cover the sun. Our doubts and fears dim the light that we are. But then there's those moments when those clouds scuttle aside, and in that moment we shine and we feel the fullness of ourselves. We find and feel our inner divinity. You know, we tend to think that a demonstration or a mystical insight should be all dramatic and huge. But some of the most meaningful experiences are very often very quiet and fleeting. And actually, fleeting is probably not quite the right word because they happen quickly, but they stay with you. As I said earlier, we sometimes discount these experiences by not recognizing that they came from within, from our guidance, our intuition. We don't recognize that they are ours. Now, up here at Watt and Marconi, there's a Rayleigh's grocery store. Some of you are probably familiar with that. And there's two ways to come out. And one of the ways is to come out onto Watt Avenue. And one day, I was coming out, and I needed to turn right, but I also needed to go across 3 lanes to get to the left turn lane to go onto Marconi. So I pull up, and I'm sitting there, and there was a lot of traffic, and of course, if the light is red, it just piles up right there. And so I pulled up, and I'm waiting, and someone stopped far enough back to let me in. And I waved him by because it wasn't going to be easy for me to go across all 3 lanes. And so then another person did it. And this time it irritated me. And now I did this all the time. But it irritated me. And I just thought, well, maybe if I back up and reposition the car, they'll stop doing that. These people were trying to be nice. And I'm like, ah. And so I put the car in reverse, and I backed up just a little bit, and I repositioned the car. And almost instantly, a Jeep came barreling down on the right side of all the traffic. It had 2 wheels in the gutter and 2 wheels on the sidewalk, and it blasted. It must have been going 60 miles an hour, and it blasted by me and went down the sidewalk and then, bullied its way back into traffic. And I just sat there, and I couldn't even think, because had I not moved the car, I wouldn't be doing this. So I drove home in a daze. In fact, I called someone. The traffic finally cleared, and I was able to easily go across all 3 lanes of traffic and get into the left turn lane. And I made a phone call to a friend, and I said, this just happened, and I could hardly talk. And there may have been some tears of gratitude. I really got it in that moment. But later, I began to question, would I really have been in the path? Was I really that far forward? Was I just being all dramatic and thinking God thought I was special? So I went back and I looked, and yes, I was far enough forward that he would have hit me on the driver's side. Thank you. So why did I question that this was guidance? It's because it didn't feel like my normal guidance. My normal guidance is really very insistent. It feels, there's just something about it where it's like I'm kind of listening to something else, and sometimes it's almost like a little voice in my head. It's friendly like. This was just irritation. I mean, how spiritual is that? And see that, I'm probably not the only person who wants to categorize intuition, inner guidance, inspiration as spiritual or airy-fairy or friendly-like. We want it to feel good. We want to recognize it instantly. We want to feel that God is speaking directly to us, loving us. But the thing is when that happens, we argue with it. Butterworth has this great line. He notes that we ask for guidance for something we intend to do anyway. The thing is we don't mean to be contrary, but this inner dialogue, however it happens for us, is not always easy to identify, and so we doubt. What happened in this case was irritation. It didn't feel like a message or anything like for me to respond to. And this was good because I didn't spend any time arguing or wondering about it. I just wanted to I just got myself uncomfortable. I got myself out of being uncomfortable. There we go. And that was all I needed to do, was get out of that discomfort. We're souls living in a full inner life and expressing it through our bodies. We're in tune with the universal energies, and we know so much more than we can even begin to realize. As young children, we fully live from the inside out. And I sometimes wonder, do any of us remember living fully from the inside out without all of this stuff going on? As we grow older, we begin to identify more with the outer world, of course, and that's partly because we're trained to do that, partly because of our daily experience. And the outer world just seems so much more real. I mean, that's just a fact. Yet, when we begin to practice the presence and the sense of communing with our own inner light, we start to understand that anything and everything comes into being through our knowing, through our inner messages. Have you ever started to do something like maybe a simple repair and you didn't have the tools or you didn't quite know how to go about it, and all of a sudden that rubber band and Scotch tape was there and it was all fixed and ta-da? That's guidance. Or maybe you get an idea for a project and you don't really know where the idea even came from. I know a woman who got up one morning and she heard a voice that says, "We're going to write a book." She had no inclination to do this. It never occurred to her to write a book. But she sat down and she started writing, and she wrote every single day until she had written an entire book on counseling. Now, she says that it didn't sell well and she didn't get rich, which of course would have been cool too, but it healed her. She was healed, and that book is still around. That idea came out of nowhere. And how often do we do something and say, "I don't really know why I did that, but I'm really glad I did." See, nowhere is your friend. So please pay attention to those moments. Sure, the road to Damascus experiences are amazing, and they're dramatic. but they can also become a distraction because they feel so good, you might get caught up in wanting to recreate it all the time, thereby losing the benefit of the experience because you ultimately are looking backward. It's the quiet moments, it's the nudges, the hints that lead us to the heights because they build on one another. Sometimes the most subtle intuitional experience can completely change your life. Did my experience change my life? Not really in any external way, no. But if you know me, you know that I can be a little flip about what I am called to do here at SLC. I joke that I just came here to do a small group and be anonymous. And then I talk about how miserably I have failed at being anonymous. That moment showed me that I am valuable. It told me that I have a purpose here, that I am needed, that I am worth keeping around. After the shock and the gratitude came the very humbling understanding that I am here for a reason and that I need to be about my Father's business. And yeah, I can still sound flip about it, but inside I know the truth. I am here for a reason. Every one of us is here for a reason. Each of you, there is a reason for you. We may not always know our why, but I ask you this: which grain of sand can the beach do without? We are light beings sharing this plane with our physical bodies. Our inner self, call it our light, our wisdom, our intuition, our inner forces, is a living, moving energy. It guides and protects us even when we are not paying attention or when we are arguing with it, which is actually hilarious because when we are doubting and questioning and arguing, we really aren't doing that to God. We're arguing with ourselves. It's time. It's time to sit down and say, let there be light for yourself. The light is here, in and around and through you. You have just to call on it. It's there, ready for you to throw the switch. And the more you learn to recognize these moments, the stronger your light will be. Will you fully shine all the time? No. But those moments when you do will carry you far, so very, very far. Jesus says to let your light shine, to be who you really are. And who are you? You are the light of the world. Go forth and shine. And as we do each week during Faith in Action, we have an affirmation that goes with our theme, and let us say this one together. In the flow, I experience an effusion of light as creative ideas, unerring guidance, and answers unceasing. I am light. Light is me.
Shining your light and reminding us of the light that is here to be shined by each and every one of us. God needs us to shine His light in our world. And it's good to have a reminder and to remind one another each and every week. Well, next week I'll be speaking on the subject of synchronized with life as we continue on with our Faith in Action series for the 4th week. And it looks like the color is green if you want to get in tune and synchronize with our color scheme that we have each week here at Spiritual Life Center. If you have a desire for prayer immediately after the service, I invite you to check out with one of our chaplains, one of our 8 chaplains that are here or at a part of our program. They're wearing the white stoles, and they'll be in the courtyard to pray with you. And as I always say, you don't have to wait till there's catastrophe to be happening in your life. You can be praying right here, right now for something that's joyous, and just bring more joy to that, because we're here to have life and have it more abundantly. And that's a way that we can reinforce that and make that part of our life experience. And if anyone's here on first time online, would like to stay in contact with Spiritual Life Center as to what's taking place, you can fill out one of the welcome cards that are online. But more importantly, if anyone's here for the very first time in person, any new people here today? Yes, I see a couple faces there I recognize from an event that I went to in Las Vegas, Nevada, and decided to come up and hang out with us today. We thank you. We appreciate you. We behold the magnificence that you are. And if you'd like, you can fill out one of the cards and turn that in and stay in contact with us, and we'll let you know what's going on at Spiritual Life Center. And if you want to put on one of the purple ribbons, you'll get one of those special Spiritual Life Center greetings from one of our members or friends of Spiritual Life Center. So we affirm you. We see the magnificence that you are and we all are, and we're here to support one another to fulfill our unique purpose here on the planet in which we live. For those who are online who would like to support us with their gift or offering, you can do so by texting SLC Love to 44321. Just text SLC Love to 44321. Or go to our website, slcworld.org, click the Donate tab, and you can give in other ways, including sending a check by mail. So we thank you for your support, and we also thank you if you like, subscribe, share, because the more that we get the word out about the possibilities of who we are and what we're about, the more that we can make a difference, not only in individual lives, but really begin to change the planet in which we live, because there's a lot of darkness that we need to shine the light, and we're here to bring the light in our world. So we thank you for those who are supporting us. For those who are here today that would like to support Spiritual Life Center with your gift, or if you've already given online or through electronic funds transfers, that means regular giving, just know that you're in the flow, or putting yourself in the flow of whatever you give out does come back, because that is the nature of the God presence. That is the nature of the universe. That is the nature of the principles of how we operate. So with that awareness, let's just affirm as you take your gift or offering, or just know that you've already done so, and just affirm this offertory blessing together. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. Thank you, God.
So many choices, so little time. So many mountains left to climb. But I know that it gets clearer as I get nearer to where I want to be. Yeah. I can't be anybody but myself, and everybody else is already taken. I've got to follow my own road. God only knows where I'm going.
Everybody's trying to fit in. I gotta feel good in my own skin. I'm gonna use my imagination for inspiration every chance I get. I can't be anybody but myself, 'cause everybody else is already taken. I've got to follow my own road. God only knows where I'm going.
I'm trusting my instincts, they're keeping me in sync with my head and my heart and my soul. I can't be anybody but myself, and everybody else is already taken. Oh, I've got to follow my own road,
And God only knows
where I'm going. I can't be anybody but myself, and everybody else is already taken. Oh, I've got to follow my own road, 'cause God only knows where I'm going. I've got to follow my own road. God only knows where I'm going. Yeah.
William Minenfield and Soul Light Connection.
Thank you, William. Thank you, Laree. Soul Light Connection. Paula for setting everything up behind the scenes. Get well soon. We miss you. Let's take this moment and bless those who have blessed us with their gifts today, whether they've been online or any part of the world or country, and all those who are here today. Because we're providing a place for those who are looking to grow and develop and unfold and realize who and what they are as expressions of the divine, as children of the Most High. We recognize that all of us are offsprings of the presence of God, here to bring forth those qualities of God into our life and into our world. So we're grateful for those who are supporting us to spread the word of the possibilities of the human spirit, so we can anchor a little bit more of heaven or expanding good in our life and on the very planet in which we live. We also bless those who have left their prayers in the prayer box today or throughout the week. And we know that we all go through challenges and we have bumps in the road from time to time. But remember that there's a presence that only sees the divine and perfect spiritual solutions. We call it by many different names, but we call it forth as the activity of our awareness in our words, our thoughts, our actions. We connect with this presence. And no matter what the problem may be, no matter what the challenge may be, there is a solution that is there for us. Even before we know what to pray for, as that scripture says, before they call, I've already answered you. So Spirit already has a divine and perfect answer, and our job is simply to raise ourselves to be one with the answer. There's a lot going on in our world today. It may appear to be hopeless and intractable as far as finding a solutions, whether that's in the Middle East and Gaza or the seeming inhumanity to man and all the reactions that are taking place in so many different ways and different perspectives that are there. But we remember that behind the pictures that we see, there is an unfolding good that is there waiting for humanity to be one with it. And our job is to be able to see that even before we can recognize that it's manifesting in the outside world, to see it, to feel it, and know it, to put our faith into that. And then seeming miracles happen that is beyond human understanding. But, we may say that there are challenges or problems in our world, but we never say how big our problems are. We say to our problems how big our God is. And as we recognize that, then we realize that there is no problem, no situation that cannot be transcended or worked through when we put our faith energy in that presence that knows all, is all, and is omni-active in our life and in our world. We take it in. We make it part of our awareness, our consciousness. We do our part, and as it spreads throughout this world, we anchor that heaven on earth, because this is our commission and charge and why we are here, to spread the good news that God is real. For this and so much more, we're grateful and thankful as we go forth, manifesting and magnifying the all good right where we are. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen. 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 Well, let us now just deepen our awareness of this presence of God in our life and in our world as we collectively affirm our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is. I am, and all is well. Let us sing our peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, God as creator, family all are we, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. Let this be the moment. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let it begin with me. That means all of you.
Peace and blessings. Stay in the flow and hang around for some post-service music by our wonderful musicians if you'd like to do so.
I just love singing with you. I think we got a good blend.